Now your time has come. Pretty yellow bird fly away into the sun.
We have a beautiful just look outside. Just start there. Look at how beautiful it is out there, right? It's just a beautiful morning here in Ocala, and if you take a little drive, you go to the river. It's one of the most beautiful rivers, right? We've got some beautiful state parks here. You walk through the state parks. The last thing we want to do is mess them up, right? And yet sometimes we do it inadvertently. We don't mean to do it. We drive our cars. We don't realize, that's kind of contributing to it, or maybe we use electricity more than we should. No, we didn't mean to cause a problem, but, there used to be an ad campaign when I lived in New York. It was, what's one little, it would say, what is one little piece of litter? And the little cartoon guy would throw a piece of crumbled up paper, and he would say, nothing. One little piece of litter is nothing.
Right.
But then you say, but what's a million? What if we all did that? And then the whole cartoon is filled with all this trash. Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of the same point, I think. If we all do our part, in the negative way, then we're going to have negative results. If we all do our part in the positive way, positive results, right? Mm-hmm. So get out your candles, because we got something to tell you about. Lou Leonard is on the phone. Lou is the Senior Vice President of Climate Change and Energy at the World Wildlife Fund. They've got a beautiful website, by the way. I just went to it. It's worldwildlife.org. And he's going to talk to us right now about something called the Earth Hour Initiative, which is happening this Saturday. Good morning, Lou. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Washington, D.C. today.
Oh, from D.C. Oh, man, you got some cleaning up to do there.
You said it.
So what are we doing? The photograph here shows people having a toast, and they've with some kind of a drink, juice or something, and they've got candles going. Are we having a candle night this kind of Saturday? I like this idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this Saturday, 8:30 p.m. local time, wherever you are, Eastern Daylight Time for the folks in the Orlando area. We'll turn out our lights for an hour as part of Earth Hour. It's a global movement, so it actually starts in Sydney, Australia, and it moves like a wave across the Earth, kind of like New Year's Eve, and then it arrives, here on the East Coast, and then it keeps on going all the way to Hawaii. And during that hour, businesses and individuals and cities and these big iconic landmarks like the Eiffel Tower and the Empire State Building and the Golden Gate Bridge all turn off their lights for an hour to signify the need to take action on climate change and to help people all be part of that sense of being part of this big movement.
Oh, wow. Are all of the municipalities participating? In other words, will the George Washington Bridge be dark and the Statue of Liberty be dark?
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll have the Brooklyn Bridge, the Empire State Building, Times Square, Broadway in New York, Golden Gate Bridge, the LAX terminal. Again, all these iconic landmarks. We never know fully how many are going to participate, because it's this is the 11th year of Earth Hour, and it kind of goes viral. And then you're there at 8:30, and all of a sudden these businesses and landmarks are participating. So it's a pretty inspiring moment, but I think it's as much a moment for individuals. Turn off the TV, turn off the video game.
I like the idea, but
with your family.
What concerns me is if Times Square goes dark, you better watch out for Elmo. I don't trust that guy in the Elmo costume. I don't trust that guy. So if they turn off the lights, just be careful.
Are they going to leave them off the entire hour? Isn't that kind of dangerous?
Yeah, so I think what you'd see if you were in Times Square is a whole bunch of the billboards and lights will go out, and then that'll make it about as much light as we have in Orlando on noon on a regular day. So
yeah, that's right.
So it we don't end up really in the pitch dark. It's really kind of more of a symbolic action to sort of say, hey, we're all part of this global movement. Millions of people all around the world. So it's not essential light. So you don't end up in the pitch dark.
And you also say that some musicians are going to participate.
Yeah, absolutely. This year, there's a new twist on Earth Hour, and we're doing it in partnership with Facebook. So there'll be something we're calling Earth Hour Live. So you can use the hashtag on Facebook of Earth Hour Live, and you're going to see musicians from A-listers to garage bands all participating for that hour live on Facebook, and you can see that soundtrack of the climate movement really coming online.
I'm assuming it's all unplugged.
Exactly.
Well, it'll be dark, but you'll still be able to plug in your guitar.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I thought it'd be cool. Somebody who you normally hear only as an electric artist. Just with an acoustic guitar or something.
Yeah, that'd be better.
That'd be kind of fun to see that kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, this sounds like a fun idea. I wonder if the astronauts in the space station will be able to look down and see the lights actually going out in each time zone.
Some of the most amazing things about this are the images that you get from these places that and you'll get these before and after photos or these really short video clips of the Empire State Building or the Eiffel Tower, and you can really see this stuff from pretty far away. The Las Vegas Strip participates, so you see all those lights go off for an hour. So the images are pretty powerful.
I wonder if there's any way, and maybe you know the answer to this. I wonder if there's any way to measure how much energy was actually saved across the planet just from that 1 hour.
Yeah, it's a good question. We don't focus as much on that because that amount of hour, that amount of electricity is not really going to make a huge dent in our climate problem. But I think what it does is it gives us this opportunity to reflect and to engage with businesses and cities and say, hey, beyond the hour, when those lights come back on, what are we going to do to really take this issue forward? And I think the good news is that we're seeing cities and businesses really step up. Orlando is a city that's done a lot on climate change. They're part of the mayor's National Climate Action Agenda with 75 other U.S. cities, and you're seeing a bunch of businesses do more on climate change. So I think it's that stuff that happens when the lights come back on that's the most important.
Do you know the World Wildlife Fund website is what I'm looking at, worldwildlife.org, and a real quick story I have to tell you. I used to I played music, and I played music down in a lounge. This was years ago in Palm Beach. And because I was a nighttime worker, I got up early in the morning and I went to the beach and I saw all of these sea turtles that had just hatched. They were just all over the place. And the city down there, they would turn off their lights at night so that because the turtles know instinctively to go toward the white caps of the waves in the ocean. And the lights would confuse them, and they would go the wrong direction. So the city would voluntarily turn off their lights for that night, just so that the turtles would go into the ocean. Isn't that cool?
They're just magical creatures too, right? The fact that they know what they're supposed to do if we can just kind of get out of the way. That's a great story, and it just speaks to the magic of Florida, right? And the treasure that you guys live within there, and how important it is for us to protect it. And Florida is one of the most vulnerable, as you know, parts of the country to climate change. We're already having floods on sunny days in South Florida because sea level rise is already happening. So it's really an important part of the country, and it's great to see leadership from the city of Orlando and and other folks, because it's the rest of the country needs to know you guys are on the front lines, and this is real.
So can businesses and individuals that want to participate, do they contact you so you can get their name on your roster as to having participated?
Yep, you can go to the website, worldwildlife.org/Earth, and you can sign up and say, I'm participating, I'm joining this global movement, and you can use the hashtag Earth Hour on social media. Share your pictures, your stories. What did you do during Earth Hour? What are you going to do when the lights come back on to be part of this movement for change? It's a really nice way for people to feel real connected with millions of people around the world.
It's almost poetic. I mean, it's symbolic, obviously, but there's almost a poetry to this whole thing, Lou. Well, thank you for sharing this with us. I'll be doing my part. I got to get the candles out, and I think I'll have some kind of a chilled beverage ready.
We'll be playing music around a campfire at 8:30 Saturday night at
we
Fort
are.
King, so we'll put the fire out and
As
just
a matter
play
of fact,
in the dark.
that's right. We are doing that. Lou Leonard, thank you so much for being on the air with us. Keep up the good work. I love what you're doing.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We will be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Thursday, intervals of clouds and sun, breezy and cooler than recent days. There can be a shower or thunderstorm in places near the coast, the high 72 to 76. Mostly cloudy Thursday night, low 54 in the northern part of the zone to 65 in the south. And for Friday, breezy with clouds and sun, high 74 to 78. Saturday, partly sunny, high 78 at the coast, 84 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
If you or a loved one is suffering with knee, shoulder, neck or back pain, plantar fasciitis, peripheral neuropathy, and even tennis elbow, and would like to learn about how there are treatments that may benefit you, go to drjuanyordan.com, then listen in on the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. and hear from health professionals doing these treatments and patients who have benefited from them. First and third Thursdays, 10 a.m. Next Generation MD, right here on The Source.
The boom is back. The largest air show in the South is returning to the skies of Lakeland for Sun and Fun 2017, April 4th through 9th. Don't miss out as the U.S. Navy Blue Angels make their return. Witness aerial acrobatics and high-powered performances by some of the world's most incredible aerialists. Walk among historic warbirds on the flight line and explore vintage aircraft in today's modern military fighters, including the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Thunderbolt II Joint Strike Fighter. Great times are waiting that you will not want to miss, including air shows daily. Plus, don't forget to take advantage of the Florida Resident Weekend Special, Saturday, April 8th and Sunday, April 9th. Enjoy 3 shows for the price of 1. View the night air show, including acrobatic flyers, a firework display, and return Sunday for an additional show for free. Make plans now to bring the whole family and feel the boom of Sun and Fun. For ticket information and showtimes, visit us at flysnf.org.
Here is a 30-second news brief from the source WOCA. A bill to ban hydraulic fracking in Florida appears to be stuck in the House of Representatives. State representatives are scheduled to vote this afternoon on a bill that pulls the plug on red light cameras. The Coast Guard says a Citrus County man fell off a Carnival Victory cruise ship yesterday morning near Cuba. And manatees are beginning their annual trek north through Florida's inland waters, so be careful boating. And that is your news brief from the source.
If you know of a young woman burdened with an unwanted pregnancy, please tell her about the House of One and Faith in Ocala. This free and confidential residence helps pregnant teen girls in a family atmosphere while forming an adoption plan. Part of the Ministry of Family of God Fellowship, the House of One and Faith offers a safe, loving environment. Call 352-687-8895 for more information.
WOCA gets results.
We'll get advertisers just because they saw the success of the help we gave to a nonprofit. That's what I like.
The Marion County Literacy Council.
Vets Helping Vets, the Arnett House, Habitat for Humanity, and what goes around comes around. So many great advertisers have chosen WOCA to advertise their services and their products simply because they saw the power during a public service campaign.
WOCA gets results.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, executive editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more